Good night, teacher. I am going to give a bit summary about the Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre was an orphan girl who lived with aunt and cousins when she was 10 years old. Her aunt hated her, allowed her son John to mistreated her. Mr. Reed ordered the servants enclosed in the room. The room where they enclosed her was where her uncle died, where Jane was afraid and she thought that her uncle's ghost could be a bear. Jane went into a panic attack. Her aunt didn't know what to do. She meets Helen and Miss Temple, who were her best friends, with her help. Jane learned piano, French, drawing, and singing. Unfortunately, later, Helen died for tuberculosis. Jane, at 18 years old, completed her studies. She was a governess. She published her service, where he is hired by Mr. Ferrix. Jane had to teach French to French girl Adele parents. Jane thought that she would work for Mr. Ferrix, but she was housekeeper of the Thornfield house. Its owner was Mr. Rochester, who was a very serious man, very funny and very coquettish. That when he met Jane, he was fascinated. He thought that she was a fairy tale. One night, Jane and heard footsteps and noise in the hallway. She left her room to see what happened, saw that Mr. Rochester's room was on fire. She immediately woke him up. Jane and Rochester had fascinating conversation all the night until that Rochester invites his friends to stay at Thornfield, including that beautiful Blanche Ingram, to give a halus to Jane. During the party, a man named Manson appears and Rochester seems to be afraid of him. At the night, Manson sneaks up to third floor. The next morning, before the girls find out what happened, Mr. Rochester very quickly takes Manson out of the house. The coquetry of Mr. Rochester to Miss Temple continued. Mr. Rochester eventually stopped bothering Jane and proposed marriage. She accepted happily. When they were already getting married, two men appear saying that Rochester is already married. Rochester and meet, but tries to justify in waiting to marry Jane. Bertha Manson, the crazy one, she tried to kill Rochester by setting fire to his bed, stabbed and beat his own brother, Richard Manson. Rochester married Bertha in Jamaica, who married forced by his father for money. She was horrible to extreme. Jane asked for help from Bessie, that servant of aunt's house. Mr. ran away from Thornfield, where it stays for a good time, until she was feeling that she needed to return to Thornfield. When she arrives at Thornfield, Jane sees that Bertha had committed a madness. Bertha set fire to the house. Rochester rescued all his servants and tried to save Bertha, but she committed suicide. Unfortunately, Rochester has lost his vision and Jane takes care of patiently. Then they have a discreet wedding, and after 2 years of marriage, Rochester recovers the vision. And the end, they live it very happy. Thank you, teacher.